Boom shakalaka. Hello, everybody. There she was, just a walking down the street singing do did dum did do. Great to be with you guys. Coach Shane here. That's my name, right? Whoops, right down there. There. Coach Shane. Coach Shane. That's my name. Great to be with you. Thank you for joining me. Uh, some of you know me, some of you do not. I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Shane, Shane. Everybody calls me Coach Shane. I've been helping people master English for almost 40 years. I know I look it, right? I look old. Yeah. I don't feel old. My hands are all dirty. I was gardening today. I am live streaming today to encourage you to fix your English. And we're here to help. There's so many great English teachers out there, but I want to give you some specific advice. And the advice is to do with pronunciation. So, as you're mastering a language, any language, believe it or not, for adults, not necessarily for children, but for adults, pronunciation is really, really important, especially if you're using English in a professional situation, but not only a professional situation. So let me explain it to you like this. If you're speaking English and your pronunciation is not clear, it's kind of difficult for, the foreigner, not only American, but the foreigner to understand you. Then this is what happens. As you're speaking English, the foreigner, me, needs to really concentrate on everything you're saying. We have to listen very carefully. And that's stressful. It's frustrating, right? And communication is not just sound, but it's eyes and it's hands and it's everything. But right now, if your pronunciation is not clear, I need to really focus on what you're saying. So I'm listening to every sound you make very carefully. And this is a problem because number one, it's stressful. But number two, because I'm listening so carefully, every time you make a vocabulary mistake or you say something weird or not normal, I hear it. And every grammar mistake you make, I hear it. So not only am I hearing pronunciation that's not so good, clumsy or inappropriate vocabulary or phrasing, and bad grammar. And this is a disaster, especially in a professional situation. Your speaking is your image. And if you're speaking with bad pronunciation, bad vocabulary, and bad grammar, that image is not good. It's really not good. However, the power of pronunciation is amazing. Your pronunciation does not have to be perfect. You can have an accent, but if your pronunciation is clear, if when you're speaking English, I don't have to focus, I can just listen to you and understand what you're saying. If your pronunciation is clear, amazing things happen. Like what? Well, I relax and I focus on you as a person speaking to me. I do not hear your vocabulary mistakes, and I do not hear awkward phrasing, phrases that are a little bit strange. I don't hear them. And even if I hear them, it doesn't click. It's like, it's okay. And most importantly, I don't hear your grammar mistakes. And if I hear them, it doesn't matter because I will understand what you're saying. This is all because of pronunciation. And let me tell you something really cool. If you know that your pronunciation is good and that the foreigner, while listening to you, understands you, your confidence goes up and you automatically become a better speaker. It's true. This is the power of good pronunciation. And this is something that I train people to do, that we help people fix their pronunciation every day. Thousands of people. Right now, I think we have actively over 1,000 students, and we're really good. But let me tell you something else about pronunciation that's really important. So, as you know, there are vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and there are consonants, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, S, T, V, X, W, Y, Z, I think, right? We've got vowels and we've got consonants. So here's my question to you. When you're trying to fix your pronunciation, right? American English pronunciation, that's what we teach. Which do you think is more important? Vowels, A, E, I, O, U, or consonants, everything else? Which one do you think? V or C? Yeah. Now I know, because I've done this many, many, many times for many, many, many years, most students believe vowel pronunciation is most important. And you're wrong. It's not. It's important, but it's not the most important. If we have to choose between vowels and consonants, consonants are much more important. How is that so? I can explain it this way. In the United States, we have 25 different accents, 25 recognized accents, officially recognized different accents. Boston, New York, Texas, Georgia, Wisconsin, Chicago, northern Minnesota, and Central California. We have, we have these regions with distinct accents, 25. Not that many. In the United Kingdom, in the UK, they have 45 recognized accents. But let's stick with America. The interesting thing is, in America, despite the 25 different accents, the vowel sounds are the only things that are different. Now, I'm not talking about dialects, I'm talking about accents, pronunciation. Consonant sounds will sound the same, but the vowel sounds change. So I'm an American, and let's say I'm talking to an American from Texas, and an American from California, an American from Boston, an American from New York. I'm talking to different Americans. I can understand what they're saying, even though their vowel pronunciation is different. Oh, it can be very different. And sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but as an American talking to another American when they're speaking, their consonant sounds never change. The consonants are constant. They never change. The vowels change. So when you're working on your pronunciation, the most important thing is to have essentially perfect consonant pronunciation. Vowels, those are tricky. Oh, we need to fix vowels too, but they can wait. Consonants are most important. So whether you're in California or New York or Texas or Boston or Chicago or northern Minnesota or Georgia or Wisconsin, all those people communicate easily with each other because our consonant pronunciation is the same, even though our vowel pronunciation is different. And that's something you need to recognize. You know, I like to use examples of actors, foreign actors. So there's Jean Claude Van Damme, who's from Brussels, French speaking man. There's Jackie Chan, who's from China. He speaks Chinese. There is, I forget his name. Do you know Google? The Google .com, Google CEO. He's from India. But all three of these men, by chance, they're all men, speak English. And their English is good. Actually, the Google CEO, his English is excellent. Jackie Chan's English is good. I'm not gonna say it's excellent. Jean-Claude Van Damme, English is good. It's very good, but it's not perfect. But these 3 men are very successful in the United States because we understand them. It's easy to understand them. When they speak English, we understand what they're saying because their consonant pronunciation is excellent. Their vowels change, their grammar sometimes breaks, their vocabulary might be a little bit off, but their pronunciation is clear. And that is the most important thing. So you're not Jackie Chan, you're not Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you're not the Google CEO. You're you. But you want to represent the best you every time, right? When you're speaking English, you want people to say, "Oh, wow, your English is great." The interesting thing, when your pronunciation is clear but not perfect, or when your pronunciation is very clear but you have an accent, in the American in the American's mind, this is what we think. We think, "Oh, wow, this guy is not a native English speaker, but his English speaking is so good. Wow, he must be really smart." Most Americans don't speak a foreign language. I do. I speak Korean. Korean is my second language. And I respect anybody who speaks English. And 90% of Americans probably don't speak a foreign language fluently. So the respect that you get is tremendous. And it's all tied to pronunciation. Again, if your pronunciation is not clear, none of this works. So it's really important to fix your pronunciation. It really is. And the beautiful thing, if you have clear pronunciation, if you can speak clearly, you know what happens? Listening. Your ability to listen, to understand when people are speaking goes up dramatically. You see, when we're talking about speaking English, it's not just about pronunciation. A lot of teachers, great teachers, when they teach English, they focus on pronunciation, which is most important. But there's 2 other things that are really important when speaking English, especially American English. And this is where American English and British English can be a bit different. So pronunciation is number 1. Number 2 is something I call intonation. 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 And simply put, intonation is the ups and downs when we speak English. Sometimes we talk like this, and sometimes we talk like this, and it's that up and down style. And when you're speaking, I think for British English and American English, intonation is very similar. The simple definition, we stress important words. That's the simple definition. There's a lot more to it, and it's something that we teach, but that's just to give you an idea. Generally, I say when you're generally speaking, 50% of your words are important and 50% are not. The important words we stress, the unimportant words we reduce. That's generally how it works. So we got pronunciation, intonation, and I apologize. My hands are kind of dirty because I was in the garden, vegetables. Anyway, we got pronunciation, intonation, and the next thing is what I call rhythm. RHYTHM. And rhythm has a lot of aspects to it. One definition of rhythm is you have a long sentence, but we need to pause. You don't want to say, "Hello, my name is Coach Shane, and I'm an English teacher, and I'm from the United States, and I really like teaching English, and I love you all, and I hope to be here every day." That's terrible. We need to pause. "Hello, my name is Coach Shane, and I'm an English teacher, and I'm here every day. to help you master English, blah, blah, blah. So long sentences, where to pause, when to pause. That's one idea of rhythm. But there's more to rhythm. I like to you can think of it as the music, the mellifluousness, the musicality of the language. And this is where American English and British English can be a bit different. Not necessarily, but generally. Um, and I'm not British, so if you're a British person out there and you wanna disagree, feel free. You can rake me over the coals, that's fine. But that's my experience. Americans tend to be more emotional. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not gonna say. But Americans like to think of the way we speak as a bit romantic. And we do have the Romance languages, right? Italian, French, Portuguese, Spanish, beautiful languages. They sound beautiful. Como se dice hat? Oh, it just sounds beautiful. But in English, what is a hat called? It doesn't sound romantic. But anyway, a lot of American people think of English as a romantic language. So we like to awesome add a lot of, personality to our speaking. And that is important. It's important. A lot of people will say, "Hey, I'm practicing my speaking with like AI, like ChatGPT." And this is where rhythm and AI are not working yet. So I can say, for example, to ChatGPT, I can say, my wife is pregnant. And I can say that. My wife is pregnant. Now, she's not pregnant, but I could say that to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT would say, "Oh, congratulations. That's great." But what if I said, "My wife is pregnant"? Do I look happy? My wife is pregnant. No, I don't look happy. And ChatGPT sometimes has a very difficult time catching that emotion. Or I could say, my wife is pregnant. And again, ChatGPT, the AI in general, will have a difficult time catching that style. Obviously, my wife is pregnant. I'm not happy. I'm stressed. My wife is pregnant. I'm very happy. I'm excited. My wife is pregnant. Very straight, neutral sentence. This is so important when you're speaking English. When you're thinking about your English, your grammar, your pronunciation, if you're thinking too much, your rhythm, the human, the natural style, the musicality of your English is not going to be any good. It needs to be good, especially if you're speaking American English. So I've got good news for you. I got good news and bad news. The bad news is pronunciation depends on you. So when we teach pronunciation, when I teach pronunciation, I can teach you, the dark L and the light L. I can teach you the TH pronunciation, but actually to learn pronunciation, it has to be one-on-one. It has to be. And we do that. But intonation, the ups and downs of English, almost all my students learn in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, you can master intonation. And the beautiful thing, once you master sentence intonation, you'll never forget. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you learn how to ride a bicycle, you never forget. So that's really cool. So that's 4 weeks for intonation. Rhythm, however, takes about 12 weeks. If you can learn intonation in 4 weeks, the average student learns rhythm in 12 weeks. So that's 16 weeks. It sounds like a lot. I know, but it's not. Because think about how long have you been studying English, right? A lot of you probably started at least in middle school, 2, 3 years, high school, 2, 3 years, college, 3, 4 years. A lot of you have studied English for at least 10 years. And if you're still having problems, well, it's understandable. The English that you study at school prepares you for tests, not for actual communication. And that's what I do. That's what we teach, communication skills. So 4 weeks intonation, 12 weeks rhythm. It sounds like a long time, but it's not. Compared to what you've done, it's absolutely not. Pronunciation, that depends, right? If you're like my age, how old do you think I am? If you're my age and your tongue, you're like the tongue is a muscle. You got muscle memory. So fixing a pronunciation like a th sound, that can take a couple weeks. It can take a while. Okay. But if you're young, like 25 years old, teaching you pronunciation, fixing your pronunciation can be really quick. So we can fix everybody's pronunciation, but it kind of depends a little bit on your age, believe it or not. Not only your age, but the language you speak. Oh, that can definitely make it more difficult to teach. So, yes, pronunciation can take a while, but intonation and rhythm together 16 weeks. And once again, once you learn intonation and rhythm, the listening, it's so much easier. And the way you communicate is so much easier. It really is. And for the listener, the foreigner, the American, or whoever, it's so much easier to understand you. And your confidence goes up, which is so important. Like I said, to fix these things, the best way, especially pronunciation, is I need to hear you so that I can help you fix your pronunciation. So I have a special class and a tremendous offer. Um, for basically, well, the price is $28. $28 for a 6-month course. And actually, it's a 6-month course, but if you want, you could finish it in a month. If you're really determined and focused and energetic, you can do it in 28 days. But a lot of people are busy, so we give you 6 months. We give you 25 weeks to do this course. If you can do it in 25 days, great. 28 days, perfect. But we give you 25 weeks just in case, because we know life, you get busy, you get really, really busy. Oh my god, I run a business, I have a wife, I have 2 boys, we homeschool our boys, we have a house, dog, 1 dog, 3 cats, a garden, my hands are dirty from gardening. I understand, we're busy. My dad was a little bit sick, so I had to go visit my dad. Oh my god. So 25 days might not be easy for many of you. So you can take up to 25 weeks. That's plenty of time. And we're here for you. Now, the beautiful thing about this speaking course that I want you to get is we give you personal feedback on every lesson. I give you 25 lessons. You can finish it in 25 days if you want. We will give you personal feedback every single lesson about your pronunciation, your speaking, what you need to do. And not only that, we have live classes that you can attend anytime you want. I recommend 1 live class a week. But I think right now it's June. We're averaging about 9 live classes a week, 9 or 10 live classes every week, and you can join all of them if you want. And the beautiful thing about the live classes is it's one-on-one. You can ask any question. So if you join my live class, you can say, "Hey, Coach Shane, can you help me with this?" And I'll help you with that. Just you and me. It's beautiful. And we give you access to live classes for 6 months. So even if you finish all 25 lessons in 25 days, you still have 6 months with us to practice in live classes. This is a tremendous opportunity. And the regular price is a lot more expensive, but when you watch my live stream right here, this QR code right there, Click on that, and that will show you how to join us. Now, if that code doesn't work, you can send an email. And I don't know how to show you my email address. Let me see if I can figure out how to show you my email address. Uh, 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 uh. Show. Let's mess. Oh, that's my web page. I don't want that. Uh, can I change it? Ooh, I can change it. Okay, good. Who am I? Coach Shane. Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna change it. Contact at letsmasterenglish.com. See how live this is? Save. There you go. So contact at letsmasterenglish.com. You can send any questions you have. You can send us an email. If that link doesn't work, you can send us an email. If you're in Russia or if you're in China, for example, and the payment link doesn't work, we can help you. Don't worry. We've got students all over the world, so we will help you. I want you to join my classes. And this offer of $28 is only available during my live streams. That's it. If you go to my webpage, if you go to our community, it's $350. Yeah. So $28 is so much. It's an unbelievable deal. And I want you to get it. All right. So that's why I'm here today. I hope I've answered some questions. I hope I've helped you out with understanding how important speaking, especially pronunciation, is. And yeah, I'm going to replay this live stream. So if you missed a part of it, don't worry. You can watch it again. And as I always say, together, let's master English. Take care, guys. See ya. I teach adults. That's right. I teach adults. Do you have a farm? No, I don't. But I live in the country. Your English is so good. Thank you. Thank you. Is it rather difficult for a person in 50s to start learning English? Not at all. I have students in their 90s who started with me. They've been with me a long time. They probably started with me in their 80s. But anyway, yeah, we had two students in their 90s. One of the students is Japanese. She lives in the US. And one of the students is Italian. She lives in Italy. In their 90s. They study with me. Isn't that cool? My average student, 30 years old, 40 years old, 30s and 40s. But yeah, I got two students in their 90s. Two ladies, two women. That's cool. It makes me happy. Your pronunciation is pretty good. Thanks. Funk. I love funk. Can you introduce a girl from your country? Why? Can't you find a girl in your country? What's wrong with the girls in your country? Why do you need a girl in my country? Do you agree boys use smartphone? Oh no, my boys no. My boys are 5 and 7. They they have a computer. They each have a computer, but they don't even use it. No. We have no Nintendo, no Switch, no PlayStation, no smartphones for the boys. Not at all. Can you speak a few dialects in English? You mean accents or dialects? Which country do you come from? I come from America, USA. Come from America. How old are you? I'm older than the trees, but younger than the mountains. Do you see any comment? I saw your comment. It's time to sleep. It's 9:05. It's still early. How to improve oral English? Just speak more? No. That's a great question. So we have a really good question. Uh, we have a very good question. How to improve your oral English? How to improve your speaking? Just speak more? No. That's not what you're supposed to do. So if you are an adult and you want to improve your English, your speaking, there are 4 steps you need to take. Number 1, you need to fix your pronunciation. Your pronunciation does not have to be perfect, but it needs to be clear. You can have an accent. If you're from Egypt, you can have an Arabic accent. If you're from China, you can have a Chinese accent. If you're from Russia, you can have a Russian accent. That's okay. But your pronunciation needs to be clear. It's so important as an adult. Step number 2, you need to learn something called sentence intonation. And that's the ups and downs of English speaking. And it's something that we teach. And it takes 4 weeks to master sentence intonation, but it's super important to do that. Step number 3, you need to master sentence rhythm, which is the mellifluousness, the musicality, the pausing, the speed, the tone, the volume, the body language, the gestures, the eyes, all of that, the actual communication points of communication, speaking. That usually takes 12 weeks. Pronunciation can take years, to be honest, especially if you're older. Fixing pronunciation requires lots of practice. But fixing intonation and rhythm, 4 weeks, 12 weeks. Those are the most important 3 things. Step number 4 is putting it together. So if you want to improve your speaking, there's a system you should follow. And it's something that we teach. And it's a great system. And it works. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. 4 steps: fix pronunciation. Step 2, master sentence intonation. Step 3, master sentence rhythm. And step 4, put everything together. The second step is intonation, the ups and downs. So sometimes Americans will talk like this. Hello, my name is Shane, and I am an English teacher. I live in Vermont, and I have 1 wife and 2 boys and 1 dog and 3 cats, and I live in the country. So we have this up and down style of speaking, and that is extremely important. Grammar, that's step 8. Vocabulary is step 7. So the first 4 steps: pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, flow. Then there's listening, then there's daily English, then there's vocabulary, then there's grammar. Grammar's way down there. Grammar's way down there. We only teach adults. Only adults. Only adults. No kids. We have kids that take lessons, but that's not who we target. Intonation. Not nation. Intonation. Could you please explain running water is never stale? Yeah, running water is always fresh. I don't understand. I'm not a scientist. Master sentence rhythm. Step 4, put steps 1, 2, 3 together. Flow. How do you charge? We're not selling today. Sorry. We're not selling. Good job, Chong. Intonation. Yeah. That's right. That's right, Rena. Intonation. What do you think of learning spoken language with AI? It doesn't work. I'll tell you what. So I lived in Korea, right? I lived in Korea. And I taught English in Korea. So I'm very familiar with the Korean English pronunciation. Do you guys know about the Korean English pronunciation? I'll give you an example. Hello, my name is Shane. I am English teacher. Oh, thank you very much. I really, really like you. You are very, very nice. Oh, can you come to study with me? Oh, very, very good. If I say that to ChatGPT or AI, it will understand everything. And I will think that my pronunciation is really good. And it's horrible. Okay? And this is the problem with AI. AI is so good, it's no good for speaking. At the beginning level, you want to build your confidence, whatever, that's cool. You do whatever you want. However, there's a problem, and the problem is AI is so good, it's no good for speaking. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's for speaking to work on your speaking skills. It's so good, it's no good. Yeah. So that's the problem. I don't think that will change. Yeah. It's not good for speaking skills. No. No. I've never lived in Japan, so I know a little bit about Japanese English, but I've never lived in Japan. But I lived in Korea. I lack rhythm. How to practice? There's a system, Maggie, that we teach. We teach you how to do the rhythm, and like I said, rhythm takes 12 weeks. But the beautiful thing is, once you learn rhythm, you'll never forget. And learning intonation and rhythm is so important. Once you learn intonation and rhythm, it will help your listening so much. It's really powerful. Very, very powerful. How to follow your lessons? Maggie, I will live stream tonight. Uh, and we'll probably sell tonight. But right now we're not selling lessons. I'm just here talking to you. I'm just here chit-chatting with you, saying hi. English grammar is so hard for me. Ms. Nobody, are you a student or an adult? Good morning. Good morning, China. Good evening, US. I guess I could say good morning, Europe. It's really, really late. It is hard to understand thinking. What do you mean? Yeah, if you're an adult, okay, Miss Nobody is an adult. Don't worry about grammar. You want to have great grammar. Don't misunderstand. You want to have great grammar when you're speaking, but don't worry about it. And if you're writing in English, your grammar needs to be perfect. So use AI. Use AI to fix your grammar as an adult. There are many videos made in AI which is similar to local spoken English. Yeah, but the American, when we hear AI videos, we can hear immediately it's AI. We can hear it immediately. AI is great, but it's never going to substitute humans, right? My English is very, very, very poor. Your sentence is very, very, very great. Why do you choose to live in Korea? Oh, I don't. I left Korea. I live in the US. What about the Talk AI app? Same thing. Yeah. Those apps are good for like middle school students. So if you're a middle school student, use the apps. They're great. But if you're an adult and you're using an app, if you paid money, you wasted money. Unless you're learning, because the reason I say that, you already studied English in school, middle school and high school. That's 6 years of English. Everything in the app, you already studied. Why are you studying it again? Okay? You need to use English. Now, if you never studied French, or if you never studied Portuguese or Korean or Russian, then getting the app is great. Those apps are wonderful. But if you buy the app for English, why? You already studied English. More practice? It's This is the thing. If you keep doing the same thing you've always done and you expect a different result, you're not that smart. I'll say it again. If you keep doing the same thing you've always done, but you expect a different result, it's not smart. And the apps reinforce everything you already studied. So that's why I don't waste your money. But again, if you want to study a language you've never studied, right? If you like a language, oh, I want to learn Swahili. Oh, then get the app. It's great. It'll introduce it to you. Okay? It's really important. It is, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Because I already forgot what I've learned. Lollipop, lollipolly. No, you didn't. People get weak. Do not be weak. Everything you studied in middle school and high school, I know. Oh, I can't remember, but it's there. It needs to be brought out. Okay. What should I read every day? Why? Why read every day? Do you read something in Chinese every day? What do you read in Chinese every day? If you read something in Chinese every day, then read the same thing in English. Otherwise, why are you reading in English if you're not reading in Chinese as an adult? As an adult. It's really important, guys. As an adult, if you want to master English that you use, that you might use, that you would use. In other words, whatever you do in Chinese, do the same thing in English. Otherwise, what are you learning? It doesn't make any sense. It's really important to understand that. When will your boys go to bed? Hopefully in an hour. Can you recommend some English reading material? No. Read what you want to read. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. Read what you want to read. What do you like to read? Okay, I like to read Tony Robbins. I like to read business books. I like to read marketing books. That's what I like. But you might like something different. So read something different if you read. A lot of people don't read. A lot of people say, oh, I like to read, but they actually don't. The news? Oh, God, I never read the news. I don't read the news in English. I don't watch the news on TV. I don't read the news on social media. I stay away from the news. The news is a bunch of BS. The only time I pay attention to the news is if there's like some earthquake, some disaster, right? That's the only time. What if there are too many words that I don't know? Then you don't need them. You see this book right here? Does everybody see this book? 1,100 words you need to know. If you are a high school student or a college student preparing for a test, an English test, then these are 1,100 words you need to know. But if you are an adult, 25 years old, 30 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 55, 60, 70 years old. These are 1,100 words you do not need to know. I'm not joking. These are 1,100 words you do not need to know. These are academic words for a test. In real life, we never use them. In real life, we don't use these words. Vocabulary, yeah, there's, if you want to learn them, that's great. So, for example, glib, homogeneous, malleable, legitimate, trend. Trend is a good word. Glib, in my life, I've used it twice. Homogeneous, in science class, I used it 3 times. Malleable, in science class, I used it twice. Legitimate, I never used the word. Trend, oh, that's a good word. What about here? Stagnant, never use it. With water, never use it. Fatal, oh, that's a good word. Fatal, that's good. Passe, never used it. Procrastinate, sometimes. Facet, never use it. Essentially, these are not useless words, but they're words that you will never use. Does that make sense? They're words that you would rarely use. So therefore, you shouldn't spend too much energy trying to memorize new words. It's much more important to learn how to use the words you already know. Much more important to learn how to use the words you already know. I'll tell you something very important. Do you guys know the TV show Friends? The TV sitcom Friends. You've got Ross, Rachel, Monica, Chandler, Phoebe, and Joey, right? You got the six main characters, okay? If you want to know 90% of every word spoken in every Friends TV show, how many words do you need to know? I'll ask the question again. If you want to know 90% of every word spoken in every Friends TV show, how many words do you need to know? 3,000, 5,000, 15,000. The answer is 743. Yeah, that's not my opinion. That's a fact. 743. Thank you. That's all. If you want to know 90% of every word spoken, yes, way, in every Friends TV episode, you only need to know 743 words. I know it's shocking. I understand it's shocking. But what that should tell you is two things. Number one, you know 743 words, but you're not hearing 90% of every word, right? That's because of pronunciation. You need to fix pronunciation. Number two, you don't know how to use the words you already know. So I'll give you an example, and I always use the same example. So this hand and this marker, I will do this. What am I doing? Oh, catch, right? Catch, C-A-T-C-H. Do you understand? Do you know the word catch? Yes or no? Do you know the word catch? C-A-T-C-H? Catch. Do you know the word catch? Good. Uh, Up, up. You know the word up, right? You know the vocabulary word up, U-P. So you know the word catch, and you know the word up. But did you know that when we put catch and up together to make a phrasal verb, there are at least 16, 16 different meanings. Did you know that? To catch up can have 16 different meanings. That's daily English. That's why if you want to understand 90% of every word ever spoken in every Friends TV show, you need to know catch up and the 16 different meanings. That's the problem. Okay? Vocabulary is not the issue. You already know 743 words, but most people do not know how to use them. That's what you need to focus on. That's what we teach. But that's later. Remember, there are 8 steps. If you're an adult, there are 8 steps to mastering English. Step number 1, fix pronunciation. Step number 2, master sentence intonation. Step number 3, master sentence rhythm. Step number 4, flow. Put step 1, 2, 3 together. Step number 5, build your listening skills. Step number 6, work on daily English, like catch up. Step number 7, build your vocabulary, not other people's vocabulary, your vocabulary. And step number 8, fix grammar. It's a step-by-step process, And as you go, it gets easier and easier. But you need to start at the beginning as an adult. 743. Oh, not the IELTS test. No, 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 no. So once again, if you're a student, is anybody here a student? Hey, if you're a student, say hi. Any students here? Hi. Are you a student? Hi. Yeah. Hi. Cool. If you're a student, bye. Bye bye. This information is not for you. If you're a student, listen to your teacher. My advice is for adults. It is not for kids. It is not for students. If you're a student, listen to your teacher. Bye bye. If you're in China, 再见. If you're in Germany, auf Wiedersehen. If you're in France, au revoir. If you're in America, adios. Hasta la vista. Bye bye. My advice is for adults. It is not for kids. Yeah, like I said, if you're studying for the IELTS exam, you need to memorize all these words. You need to memorize all those words. I got another vocabulary book for you. Oh, I don't have it. I put it away. Really? Oh, here we go. Yeah, you need to get this book too. If you're a student, if you're preparing for the IELTS exam, get this, man. You got to get this. You have to get this book. Extremely important. Yeah. I'll give you some words here that you need to know. Loquaciousness, loquacity, soliloquy, soliloquist, soliloquize, ventriloquist, ventriloquism, ventriloquistic, ventriloquize, colloquial, colloquialism, circumlocution, circumlocute, I don't even know how to say it, circumlocutory, taciturnity, tacitness, reticence, loquacity, soliloquy, ventriloquism, colloquialism, yeah. You need to know those words. I'll give you some more. Perspicacious, acumen, acute, acuity, punctilious, pungent. If you're a student, you need to memorize. Ha ha. Yeah, of course it's difficult. This is difficult for American kids. This is difficult for American kids. But if you're going to take the IELTS exam, or especially the TOEFL exam, you need to learn this. I don't teach adults. I don't teach kids. I don't teach students. So if you're a student, bye-bye. See ya. If you're an adult, those words are next to useless. You probably already learned them, but you're never going to use them. You will never use them. Want to know how you charge for teaching? Oh, right now it's free. It's just free. Yeah. No charge. No selling today. It's all free. It's all free. It's all free for you from me. When can I see you next time? Tonight. I'll be live again in China anyway. I'll be live at 8:30 p.m. China. I usually don't live stream at this time. I do on YouTube. Oops. Shima Shima Tube Shima Shima, but not in China. Introduce your lesson? Nah, I'm not selling, so I'm not going to introduce my lesson. Do you like music? Yes. No kids at here this time. Oh, there's a lot of kids. There's too many kids. Run along, kids. College kids. Yeah, high school kids. I know they're at school, but there's lots of college kids here. Your English is great. Thank you very much. Which city? I'm in the country. Should I watch English movies and imitate the accents? Generally, I would say no. Generally, I would say no. Do you like hot pot? Yes. Where are you? In my office. I'm an adult. Right on. Do you like Chinese music? Yes. 2 times in one day? Today, yeah. Could you recommend some English books for adults to read about parting? What do you mean parting? What do you mean parting, Miss Nobody? What do you mean by parting? What does that mean? Bump, bump, ba dum, bump, ba dum. Do you like soft music? Sure. Kurds all at school now. Not college Kurds. College Kurds are here. I see a bunch of them. It's sleeping time for you, friend. It's 9:30. Hello, where are you now? In my office. Do love. I do love. How to remember vocabulary. I just talked about vocabulary. What time is it? 9:31 p.m. Thursday night. How to talk to a girl in the party. Ha ha. Andy, it's the same as Andy, I assume you're in China. It's the same as in China. How do you talk to girls at parties in China? It's the same thing. So when I go to a party, if I want to talk to a girl, should I tell you what I say? Do you guys want to know what I say if I go to a party and I see a woman and I want to talk to her? Should I tell you what I say? Yes or no? You want to know? Andy, listen carefully. I'll tell you what I say. So I go to the party and I see the woman and I say, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Now I know why there are no stars in the sky tonight. I was looking up at the sky, there are no stars, and now I know why there are no stars in the sky tonight. It's because God put them all in your eyes. All the stars from the sky are in your eyes." That's what I say to a woman at a party if I want to talk to her. The last party I went to, I used those words. And now I'm married. And I don't go, Julia says it's old school, and I don't go to parties anymore. Yep. Too old school. What do you mean old school? There you go. So that's my advice to you, Andy. Talking to a lot of people say, "How do I meet an American girl? How do I meet an American guy?" The same way you meet a Chinese girl, the same way you meet a Chinese guy, the same way you meet a Russian girl, the same way you meet a Russian guy. It's the same. People are people. You got it, Mang? Then she said to her friends, "There's a weird person at the party." Are you saying I'm weird? Wife! I was going to ask her if she's listening to me. She's not listening to me. I'm not weird. Wife! Can you not hear me, wife? Am I weird? I'm not weird. My wife says I'm particular. I'm particular. And now my son Mikey is also saying, "You're particular." He doesn't even know what that word means. So I'm not weird. So you're wrong. I'm particular. All right. Chinese girls don't like such fake words. Of course, no woman likes fake words. When you're talking to a woman or a man, be genuine. Be genuine. Come on. People are all the same. Women know if a guy's full of BS. Be real, be genuine. All right. Weird. It always a bad word. It's not a good word, but it doesn't have to be a bad word, right? Yeah. Had it not been. What is this? It's a sentence. Be genuine. That's right. Empty compliments. Yeah. Well, once again, what the phrase that I used, obviously it's a pickup line. It's a PUL. However, it can be genuine. It can be genuine. It's do you guys okay, say me if you've ever been in love, like really love. Like you have a new boyfriend, new girlfriend, and you are in love. Have you had that experience? Say me. Say me right now. Say me. If you have had the experience of being in love with a boy or a girl, have you had that experience? Say me. Only one person? I've got thousands of people watching right now, and only one person? Okay, good. There's some more me's. Now go back to that feeling when you were in love. Everything was perfect when you were in love. If your wife or I'm sorry, if that girl or that boy had smelly breath, it was cute. If they had a booger in their nose, it was funny. If they chewed food with their mouth open, it was great. Birds were always singing. The sun was always shining. When you're in love, everything is perfect. The voice, the jokes, the silliness, the forgetfulness, everything was perfect when you're in love. And no, it's not fake. It's not fake at all. But then you get married. Ah, yes. Then you get married. Things change. Ah, yes. Yeah. Things change. When you fall in love, everything is perfect. But that's the reason, because humans need to fall in love to get married to have children. That's the biologically humans are supposed to procreate. Biologically speaking, we're supposed to, you know, procreate, have children. So that's why when you fall in love, everything needs to be perfect. And then later, after you have kids, things change. People get bored with the same food. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yep, yep. All right. Love hurts. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. People have asked me because I'm old, right? I'm not young. People ask me, uh, Coach Shane, what is your definition of love? What is love? And so as an old guy, my definition of love is not the birds are singing in the sky, the sunshine, happiness. That's not my definition of love. My definition of love is not a noun. Love is not a noun to me. Love is a verb. So my definition is of love is it's a verb. It's not something we should expect. It's not something we want to have. It's something we do. Love is a verb, verb. It's something that we do. So if I love my wife, then I do things for her, only for her, not for anyone else, just for her. If I love my kids, then I do things for them, only for my kids, not for other kids, just for them. Do I expect something? No, I don't. I try not to. If I'm going to love my family, then I will do for my family. I love my students. I don't expect anything from my students, but I do everything I can for my students. Everything I can. As an English teacher, as an English coach, I do everything that I can with no expectation. No expectations. Like this live stream. I'm chatting with you. I'm having a good time. I'm trying to, teach some stuff, but I have zero expectations. I'm not selling anything. I'm just talking with you. Just do it. Yeah. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So yeah, love is giving. No, I don't because when you give, you receive. And I don't think like that. So love is doing, doing. Happy wife makes life easier. That seems to be true. Love is expressed in action. That's what I believe. Yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah, love is doing. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Yeah. Oh, so true. Nobody can hurt you if you have zero expectations. Precisement. That is absolutely correct. No one ever can hurt you if you have zero expectations in a relationship. Yeah, I agree with that. Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say. What about the husband? Why does everybody forget about the husband? Happy wife, happy life. What about the guy? Love needs money. Love doesn't need money. Relationships need money, but not love. Relationships need money. How many kids do you have? 2. Where are you? In my office. Boom. All right. Any other English questions? I don't think love can last forever. Oh, Tim, I disagree. I think it can. My mother, I know, loved me until she died. I know that's true. My grandmother loved me until she died. I know it's true. Uh my children, when you talk about family, it's pretty much unconditional. But once again, if you have expectations, right? If you have expectations, I agree with you. But if you don't have expectations, then I would disagree. And if they're your children, then I would disagree, right? Can you not love your children? I guess it's possible. Where are you located? I'm in America. I'm in the USA, America. How to remember words? I have no enough words. Thank you. Are you a student? Puppy dog. Are you a student or an adult? Why do I feel like I can understand 80% of your spoken language? There's actually 2 reasons. That's good. 1 wife, 2 boys, 3 cats, happiness, and 1 dog. That's right. Most people love their children, which is good. You're a student. Okay, so I'll give you advice as a student. If you're a student and you want to memorize words, should I help you? If you're a student and you want help memorizing vocabulary, should I give you some advice? Can I give you some advice? Yeah. Okay, cool. So, your teacher gives you a list of words, and your word is, for example, biopsy. Biopsy. Do you guys know the word biopsy? Write it down. Biopsy. Write down the word biopsy. Write down the word biopsy. Write it down. This is a word now you got to learn. You got to learn. Your teacher said memorize this word. Write it down. Biopsy. Good job. Good job. Biopsy. Good. So I'm going to go to the dictionary and biopsy. Yeah, Nana, I'm telling you right now. So biopsy, for example, in Chinese is 活检. In let's go Arabic because I got some Arabic people here. And biopsy in Arabic is what? Okay. Wow, that's really tough. Let's go to a different language. Uh, biopsy in Korean is sengom. Okay. Anyway, so we have the English word, and then write the word in your language. Just the word, not a sentence. Now, what you do is you take the word biopsy and you go to AI. For example, ChatGPT or DeepSeek. Okay, they're free. And I'm going to go to AI and I'm going to say this. Hi, I'm a second year high school student and I need to remember the English word. Write it in Chinese or Arabic or whatever it is. Okay, write it in your language. But I'm writing it in English. I need to remember the English word biopsy. Please give me some example sentences that are easy for me. Write it down. So now ChatGPT or DeepSeek will give you a bunch of example sentences. The doctor did a biopsy. I don't like that sentence. My aunt had a biopsy, and thankfully everything was okay. Ooh, now let's take that sentence. I think that's a good sentence. Let's go back. So we'll go back in Chinese and we'll write it in Chinese. Okay, so in Chinese, that was not Chinese, that was English. Work with me. Wait with me here because I this is a very good system. Is that an easy sentence in Chinese? Good. And let's just listen to it in Arabic because I have some Arabic students here. Okay, so that sentence is probably very easy. And you have an aunt. Most or you can change it to uncle. This sentence is your sentence. So now, biopsy. You look at it in Chinese, and then you look at the English sentence, and what you should do is record it. You should get your phone and say biopsy, Chinese language, Chinese sentence, English sentence. Say them both, and actually, you don't even need the Chinese sentence, and you will remember these words so quickly because you made a sentence with that word that matches you. If you studied about somebody else's sentence, it's really difficult to remember. But if you personalize, oh, mosquito. If you personalize the sentence, it'll be so much easier to remember. Okay? Does that make sense? I had to block somebody on YouTube because they're being jerks. So that's a really powerful way to remember new vocabulary words. And it's very quick. It's very quick. And once you learn how to do it, you can do it really quickly. Yeah. Okay. So that's what a biopsy. So biopsy, yeah, the new word. Yeah. Got it? So that's my advice. Make sentence. So once again, no. So Colorful says make sentences by myself. No, I recommend using DeepSeek or ChatGPT to make the sentences. Let DeepSeek make a bunch of sentences. It's going to make, like, I asked ChatGPT and it gave me 5 sentences, 5 different sentences. And I looked at all the sentences and I said, oh, this one is easy for me. Okay. So I do not recommend you make the sentences. I recommend use AI to make the sentences, because AI will have perfect grammar. And that's important. When you write the sentence, you might make a mistake, and we don't want that. Have AI write the sentences. It doesn't take time. I took time because it's the first time. So now I set the prompt up, and now I can add another word. Let's pick another word. Memorizing vocabulary. How long have you studied English? 10 years. You can spend a little bit of time doing this. So let's do lascivious. So the next word is lascivious. Now it's going to make sentences. Okay, I like this one. The movie Lascivious, everybody. Lascivious, Lascivious. Lascivious. And let's go ahead and listen to it in different languages. So lascivious in English, I'm sorry, in Arabic. Okay, fasikon. And then let's go to Chinese, because I have a lot of Chinese people here. Lascivious in Chinese. How Okay. And the sentence that I think is good: the movie was banned for having too many lascivious scenes. And now let's go back and listen to it in Chinese, that sentence. That's an easy sentence, right? Oh, that's how we remember lascivious. And let's go to Arabic, because once again, I got a bunch of Arabic students. Yeah. So lascivious is the word that we're learning. And this is it's very fast. I just did it. And trust me, you'll remember. You want it in French? Cool. Let's do it in French. If I can find French. Here we go. French. Lascive. So the point is, we're learning vocabulary. What's an easy way to remember our words? This way. Okay? Yeah, it's gold. But again, I do not teach students. So if you're an adult, do you need to know the word lascivious? Yes or no? If you are an adult, do you need to know the word lascivious? Yes or no? No, you don't. You'll never use it, and you'll probably never hear it. You'll never use it, and you'll probably never hear it, and you'll probably never see it in a book. Never. Yeah. As a student, yeah, you have tests, and they're going to put everything in a test. But as an adult, never going to see it. Never going to see it. Yeah. Okay. Biopsy? Maybe. If you're in China, or if you're in, Egypt, you know the word biopsy in your language, right? It's a medical term. But do you need to know it in English? Do you need to know the word biopsy in English? Yes or no? Do you need to know the word biopsy in English? No, you don't, unless you're a doctor. If you immigrate to the United States, then you might need to know it because you go to the American hospital, right? So if you're in America and you go to an American hospital, then you might need to know the word biopsy. But if you live in China and you never go to America and you never go to an American hospital, and you're not a doctor, there's no need as an adult to waste any mental energy studying the word biopsy. No need, zero need. You'll never use it. You'll never use the word. So why waste your time? Your time is valuable, right? Right? Your time is valuable. So as an adult, when you study English, be smart. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your brain space. Don't waste your time. I'm really serious. As a student, your job is to memorize. As a student, your job is to memorize everything. Not as an adult. As an adult, we need to communicate. We need to communicate as an adult. Right? Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. I'll say goodbye. It's 9:58 p.m. for me, Thursday night. I got to put my boys to bed. I just said, listen carefully, everybody. If you are a student, you need to memorize everything. Everybody, answer my question. Does Coach Shane teach students? Yes or no? Does Coach Shane teach students? Yes or no? I'm Coach Shane. No, I do not teach students. No, I do not. If you're a student, move along. Bye-bye. See you. Hasta la vista. Zaijian. Adios. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Do svidania. All the advice that I give is for adults. That's who we teach. That's who I coach. All the advice I give is for adults. So if you're a student, you need to know it. You got to memorize everything. If you're an adult, no, you don't. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I really appreciate it. How many languages can you speak? I speak Korean. I will be back in China. I will be live streaming at 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. tonight, Friday night, right? Let me double check. I don't want to give you the wrong time. Yeah, 8:30 p.m. tonight in China. I will be live streaming. I don't know about on YouTube. Oops, you shima shima tube shima shima, face shima shima book shima shima, X. Where else are we? Oh, and someplace in Russia. We are in you shima shima tube, face shima shima book, X. Linked shima shima in. Tella shima shima gram. You shima shima tube. Yeah, we're all over the place. I don't know if I'll be live streaming there, but I will be live streaming in China on Zhao shima shima hong shima shima shu. We shima shima chat shima shima. Do shima shima yin shima shima. And B shima shima li shima shima B shima shima li shima shima. I'll be there too. I'll be live there. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's time for me to go to bed. Take my dog to bed, put my boys to bed, maybe eat a little bit. But yeah, I will be back. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, Friday, TGIF. If you're experiencing Friday, if you're in the US or Canada, it's still, or Mexico or Brazil, it's still Thursday. So have a great Thursday evening. But if it's Friday, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. And I will see you. New York, it's 10:01. MG Garcia says 10:01 in New York. Irina Yang says, haha, got you here. Irina, good to see you, Irina. Irina, that's, well, Irina's a Russian name, but Yang, I'm guessing it's Asian. I'll guess Chinese, could be Korean. Irina, where are you from? I'll see you tonight in China. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic day. And Dian Dian Jiang, Guang Guangzhu, please like and follow, and I will be back. Take care, guys. Bye bye. See ya. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Irina, yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. See ya. Thank you. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Take care, guys. Oops, I'm looking over here, but actually you're right here. I'm out of here. Take care, guys. Oh, by the way, you see on my screen, I have this Perf Fresh. This is a tremendous course. I do recommend that you join it, and you can just use that QR code to join. It's fantastic. I'll be replaying this stream, so if you see that button, you can join. If you go to my website, it's $350. So the only place it's $28, which is really crazy, is when I live stream with that link right there. But that's it. Take care, guys. Have a great evening or whatever it is, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Vowels are not most important. No, consonants are most important. Consonants are most important. Should I tell you why? Do you want to know why? Good job, Serge. It's okay, Brown. That's why you're here, Brown. Brown's wrong. Yeah, you can't believe it. I'll tell you why, though. So, and we teach American English. So, an American in New York, an American in Boston, an American in Georgia, an American in Texas, an American in Chicago, an American in Wisconsin, an American in Minnesota, an American in Encino, California, natives, they all have different accents. Do you know that? So like in California and in Encino, California, they're gonna talk like this. It's like this is the way they talk. There's a lot of vocal fry, but they actually really did talk like this. I was taking the 12 down to the 52, and the traffic was just terrible. That's Encino, California. Down there in Texas, you're gonna hear people talking like this. This is a bit of a Texan accent. Up there in New York, if you're in Brooklyn, you're gonna hear people talking like this in Brooklyn, New York. Up there in northern Minnesota, people are going to talk like this. They have a bit of a slower style of speaking, and you go over there and it's like this. Out there in Boston, you got to park your car in Boston Yard, and I tell you, yeah, where you at? Let's go to Dunks. We have all these different accents in America. But you know what? The consonant pronunciation always stays the same. The vowel pronunciation changes. So somebody in New York, somebody in Minnesota, somebody in Texas, somebody in California, they have different vowel pronunciations. But their consonant pronunciations are always the same. That's why, do we want to have great vowel pronunciation? Sure. But which one? So the focus for fixing pronunciation should be your consonants first. And the good news is Consonants are easy to fix because they're physical. There's something very specific we do with our mouth, with our teeth, with our tongue. They're very, they're very, they're the easier elements to fix. Vowels, it's angle of tongue, it's tightness of tongue, it's where the sound is coming from. Vowels get complicated, but consonants are easy. Yeah, does that make sense? In China, the southern dialects are very difficult to understand. Well, I'm not talking about dialects. Dialects are tough. I'm talking about accents. Accent and dialects are different. Dialect would be a different language to some degree, right? Uh, Accent is just a different pronunciation. Vowels are complicated. They are. Coach, do African Americans have their own style of speaking? Yes. So, and Barack Obama has used it. African Americans use something called Ebonics, or what is it? African American Vernacular English, AEVE. And it's their style of speaking. But I'm not talking about, and that is that is a dialect. It can be an accent, but it's more of a dialect. But I'm not talking about dialects, just accents. Will those native speakers have as easy a conversation as? Yes. So that's my point. So somebody in California can talk to somebody in Texas, can talk to somebody in New York, and we all understand each other. We understand each other. Even though the vowels, now sometimes some accents are really strong. So for especially if you listen to country music, it's really funny. So for example, NAME, right? Name. NAME, name. And KIND, kind. Do name and kind sound the same? Yes or no? Do name and kind have the same vowel sound? Yes or no? Name, kind. They have different vowel sounds, right? But in the South, they can sound the same. What's your name? It's Candy Sweet. What's your name? It's Candy Sweet. They can sound the same in the South. Yeah, they can sound the same in the South. But the consonants don't change. So that's what I'm saying. Depending on where you live, the vowel sounds can change. Yeah, name is a long A vowel. Kind is a long I vowel. It's not a dialect, it's an accent. What about Washington? Washington State? That's pretty neutral. I've only been to Seattle, just the airport. What is it? SeaTac. So I don't know. I don't really know anybody from Washington State. Same with Washington D.C. Yeah. So anyway, that's a very important thing to understand. Consonants are actually much more important than vowels. We don't want to ignore vowels. Learning vowels is very important, right? But your focus should be on consonants. Your emphasis, and this is really important when you're learning anything, but we're talking about English. There are so many different things to learn. If you multitask, meaning do more than one thing at one time, you're not going to learn well. So it's very important that when you decide to really fix your English, you need to focus on one thing. You need to focus on one thing. That's the really important element for adults. Because, like I said, think about this. Most of you, 3 years in middle school, 3 years in high school, maybe 4 years of college. English for maybe 10 years you've studied English, and you still have problems. It's because you've done everything. You need to stop and focus on one area at a time. Your English class is very popular on the Chinese internet. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've got millions of followers, millions of fans. It's really cool. It makes me really happy. How can I improve my speaking? There are 4 steps. Number 1, fix your pronunciation. Number 2, master sentence intonation. Number 3, master sentence rhythm. And number 4, put those together. That's what you have to do. Fix pronunciation. A lot of people, a lot of students have told me, oh, my pronunciation is good, but I can't hear. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, that means your pronunciation is not good. Because if you can say it, you can hear it. Now, for little babies, it's the opposite. If you can hear it, then you can say it. But you guys didn't study English as a native language, so it doesn't work that way. For adults, it's the opposite. You got to fix your pronunciation because you know the words. You know the words. You don't know the pronunciation. Do you guys know the Friends TV show? The Friends TV show. Ross, Rachel, Monica, whoever. Chandler, Joey, Phoebe. Do you guys know the Friends TV show? Yeah. If you're an adult, you probably know it. If you are an adult, did you know that you know 90% of every word spoken in Friends? Do you know that? You know 90%. If you finish middle school and high school, you know 90% of every word spoken in every Friends TV show. Did you know that? Do you believe me? Yes or no? You know 90% of every word spoken in every Friends TV show. Do you believe me? 90%. I guarantee most of you know 95%. Do you know how many words you need to know in order to understand 90% of every of every Friends TV show? I'll ask the question again. Do you know how many words you need to know in order to know 90% of every word spoken in Friends? 3,000, 4,000, 8,000, 6,000. That's right. You need to know 743 words. If you know 743 words, you know 90% of every word spoken in every Friends TV show. I'm not joking. That's real science. You can do the stats. I can show you later. 743 words. It's not impossible. That's reality. I know it's unbelievable, but that's reality. 1,475 words is 95%. I'm not kidding. I'm totally telling you the truth. It's science. There's research. You can look it up online. No. That's not true. Trust me. You know the 743 words. It's not opinion. It's not opinion. It's fact. The problem is you don't know how to use them. I'm talking Friends. I'm only talking Friends. Friends sitcom. Every sitcom is different. But Friends is the easiest sitcom in the world. So once again, your problem is not vocabulary. Your problem is understanding how to use the vocabulary you already know. you people are asking which 743 words. Look it up online. You can find it online. Just search, okay? And I'll show you later. So I'll give you an example. You guys know the word catch, C-A-T-C-H, right? You know the word catch, C-A-T-C-H, right? So you can catch a ball. Do I have a ball? I do have a ball. Because I have little boys, I have a ball. So you can catch a ball, right? Catch, C-A-T-C-H. And then you know the word up, U-P, up, right? Up, catch, up. So catch means boom, and up means whoop. But if we take the word catch and we take the word up and we put them together, we have what we call a phrasal verb. The phrasal verb catch up has at least 16 different meanings. Catch up has at least 16 different meanings, 16 different definitions. And we use them, catch up, and we use those 16 meanings all the time. It's an extremely common phrasal verb. We use it all the time. 16. That's the problem. Somebody said, if you're watching a talk show, you need more vocabulary. Of course. What did I say? Friends. Now, why do I always talk about Friends? I always talk about the Friends TV show. Why? Do you know why I always talk about Friends? Because it is the easiest TV show to understand. Why? Because it's friends talking to each other about things that friends talk to each other about. And that's universal. Friends in Russia, friends in China, friends in Brazil, friends in Italy, friends in the US, we all talk about the same thing. We talk about our job. We talk about our girlfriend. We talk about our boyfriend. We talk about our parents. We talk about being sick. We talk about our hopes. We talk about our fears. We talk about our nervousness. We talk about our sadness, our depression, our happiness. We just talk about the exact same things. It's true, because at the human element, we're all the same. We have different cultures, different religion, and different language and different food, sure. But what we want and how we think about life, it's the same. So Friends is applicable to your life. Now, there's another TV show, a good TV show, Modern Family. Do you guys know Modern Family? Who knows Modern Family? Great show, very funny show. Who knows Modern Family? We could say Big Bang Theory, whatever, Sheldon, all those. But let's talk Modern Family. Modern Family, very popular show. Modern Family is useless to you. Friends is useful for you, but Modern Family is useless to you. Why? Good question. So, are you a woman, middle-aged woman who's married to a real estate agent who has 2 children, a teenager and a young boy, a teenage girl and a young girl, who also has a brother who's gay and married and has adopted a Vietnamese girl, whose father is divorced and really, really rich, who remarried a Colombian woman who's the same age as you, who has a son from another father? Is that your life? Is all of that your life? None of it is your life. So it's entertainment, very funny, but everything they talk about is useless. Well, not everything, but it's useless to you. What they discuss and what they talk about, you will never talk about. Friends, that's what we all talk about. Big Bang Theory, useless. Do you live with are you a physics major, wanting to be a professor, living off campus, living with roommates? No. So it's great entertainment. It's wonderful. But to analyze and study the show, useless. Friends is perfect because it's reality for us. Desperate Housewives. Are you 38 years old, married to some semi-rich guy, living in a neighborhood with a bunch of other stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home single wives, who, if that's you, it could be useful. Do you live on Wisteria Lane? Do you live in that environment? If it is you and you do live in that environment, it's useful. But most of you don't. It's great entertainment, but it's not applicable to your life. Stranger Things, the same thing. It's entertainment, which is good. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment. But when you're studying English, don't waste your time. We can practice our spoken English in these TV shows. How? I'll pull up a script from Modern Family. I have all of them, but hold on a second. Modern Family script. I'll just pull one up here. So let's do this conversation, okay? Oh, where is it? Come on, read the script. There we go. We're gonna do this conversation. Mid to late 30s, dentist, gay, emotionally restrained warrior. Oh, that's the introduction. I'll go to a conversation. Here we go. Raising kids is like building a car. You only have so much time to make sure the steering works and the brakes stop and the engine is dependable before you send it out on the road. And if you get one little rivet wrong, it will drive off a cliff and explode. Useless. Let's find another scene. Gloria and I met the day my ex-wife moved to Florida. I was feeling pretty emotional, and Gloria was one of the bikini bartenders at the giant pool party I threw. Useless. It's useless. To study. Yeah, I know, exactly. It's not how people talk. It's overly dramatic. It's overly dramatic. Oh. It's overly dramatic. But it's fun. English podcasts. Well, what do you mean English podcasts? So listening to podcasts. So I'm telling you, if you want to study a TV show, Friends, you should study Friends. There's only 2 TV shows that I recommend. The pronunciation is in Friends is very clear, especially Rachel. Exactly. And Monica and Ross and Chandler. Not so much Joey, not so much Phoebe. Overly means too much. Broke Girls, same thing. If the show matches your lifestyle, then it's good. Friends matches everyone's lifestyle. Good morning, dear Coach Shane and friends worldwide. You are right. We need to learn real English. I learned a lot with the extra Mind Your Language. Yes, exactly. So Mind Your Language is a British TV show, and we do it for fun. I give it to my students as a gift every month. The other show is really high level. Friends is old school. No, it's not. Everybody says so. The only problem with Friends is they don't have cell phones. Whatever. It's about the human conversations. Friends is absolutely relevant today. 100% relevant today. Everything they talk about in Friends is relevant today, except cell phones. That's it. The other show, so Friends is number 1. The other show is really tough, but it's a deep dive into America and Americana. Because when you want to learn a language, first of all, you got to learn the language, but then it's useful to learn the culture behind the scenes, the feelings and stuff like that. So the second show is Seinfeld. But studying Seinfeld by yourself is essentially fruitless. You need help. to really understand what's happening in Seinfeld. Seinfeld is excellent. It's the absolute perfect ESL TV show, but it's very high level. But it's excellent. It's really good. Those are the only two shows, in my opinion, worth studying. Yep, Seinfeld. Seinfeld. One more time. Seinfeld. Peppa Pig, the obnoxious British pig. I don't let my boys watch it. I don't let my boys watch Peppa Pig. A lot of kids like it. My boys watch Johnny Quest and Kung Fu Panda. That's what they watch. That's right, Seinfeld. That's the second show. The first show, without a doubt, absolutely is Friends. For children's shows, so I don't teach children, okay? But I have two boys. So what I do with students who sign up for my classes, I give them the videos that I show my boys. So if you're a member of my classes, I share with my boys. For example, I don't have any DVDs. I have Mind Your Language. Mind Your Language. But I don't have my boys' DVDs. Anyway, I rip DVDs and let them watch stuff. Kung Fu Panda is great. Yeah, but I don't teach kids. Why don't you let your kids watch Peppa Pig? Peppa Pig is rude. Excuse me. Peppa Pig is rude, R-U-D-E, and it's British English. I want to know the next step after I watch Friends. Seinfeld. Extra English is good too. There are 30 series. Each one lasts 25 minutes, but it's British English. Yeah, I know. And I don't teach British English. I teach American English. You guys, are British English and American English really different? Yes or no? Are they really different? British English and American English, are they really different? Yes or no? They're really different. They are really different. Should I tell you the differences? Do you want to know the differences? Simpsons is a waste of time. It's entertainment. Simpsons for English is entertainment, but to study is a waste of time. So, number one, we got the pronunciation difference. British English and American English, the pronunciation is different, right? That's different. Number two, we've got the vocabulary differences. Everybody knows in America we say elevator, but in the UK they say what? That's right, they say lift. In America we say semi. In the in the UK they say what? In America we say semi. In the UK they say what? You don't know? In America, we say semi. In the UK, what do they say? They say articulated lorry. Articulated lorry. In the UK, they say bumbershoot. In the UK, they say bumbershoot. In America, what do we say? In the UK, they say bumbershoot. In America, we say umbrella. Umbrella. In the UK, they say pram. In the UK, they say pram. What do we say in America? In the UK, they say pram. What do they say in America? Stroller. We say stroller. We say stroller. The UK daily English is completely different from American daily English. UK academic English and American academic English are the same. They're the same. Spelling is different sometimes, pronunciation is different, but they're the same. They're the same. Um, Another massive difference is the way they speak. British people use a mitigated style of speech. Do you know what that means? It's a mitigated style of speech. American people use a very emotional, direct style of speech. Completely different. That's not very important? What do you mean that's not very important? Take the stroller across the zebra crossing to the chemist. What did I just say? I'm sorry. Push the pram across the zebra crossing to the chemist. What did I say? Watch for the lorry. I'll give you a British sentence. Push the pram across the zebra crossing to the chemist. Watch for the lorry. What did I say? The differences are not very important. You're insane. They're completely different. They're completely different. Too fast? No, that's normal. It's normal. Trust me, it's not fast. Some adults speak fast, some adults speak slow, most adults speak normal. That's normal. Mitigated means indirect. Yeah, mitigated means indirect in this situation. British people have a very mitigated, passive, they love passive voice. Very mitigated style, passive style of speaking. Americans are the opposite, very emotional and very direct, extremely different. For our Chinese students, they're not important. Why? Go away. I'm not talking to students. This is not for students. This is for adults. Okay? If you're a child, go away. If you're a student, go away. This is for adults who actually communicate with foreigners. Okay? Why? How long have you been teaching English? Why? Why is arguing with me. Why? How long have you been teaching English? Please tell me. And to which country students do you teach? So I've been teaching English for 40 years, 39, and I teach students all around the world, and I hear their experiences and I learn from their experiences. I have English teachers from the UK. I have English teachers that work for me, Australia. I have English teachers from Ireland, I have English teachers all around the world that work for me. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So don't argue. Simply said, you're wrong. Okay. Dear coach, when will you travel to Ireland? I would love to go to Ireland. I'm actually Irish. My descent is Irish, but I've never been to Ireland. And by the way, for me personally, the most difficult English to understand is not Indian English. The most difficult English for me to understand is Irish English. Oh, Danny boy. Yes. Irish English is, for me, the most difficult to understand. A real Irish person, not the news anchor, not Sinead O'Connor when she's sung songs. The accent is so strong. The accent was very, very strong. Indian English is easier for me than Irish English. Serious. Indian English, I know it's difficult, right? But Indian English is easier for me than Irish English. Chinese, you guys don't speak Chinese. English is a second language. Indian people, a massive population of Indian people speak English as a native language. Irish people speak English as a native language. Australian people speak English as a native language. They're native English speakers. So I'm just talking accents. Irish is the most difficult. I like British English. We Americans do too. No politics. Why would you ask an English teacher about politics, right? Why American actors can speak British in the movie? Well, do you know Russell Crowe, Australian, speaks American in the movies? A lot of Liam Neeson? I think he's British. Uh, a lot of anyway, they can switch their actors. They learn the accent. They're actors. They learn the accent. I just understand you teach the only adults. That's right. If you talk about high school English, I will break down and not understand. Yeah, I don't teach kids, so I don't talk about it. We speak Chinglish. I love Chinglish. People mountain, people sea. People mountain, people sea. It's one of my favorite lines. No politics. Why would you guys ask me about politics? You might as well ask me about the menstruation cycle, right? Coach Shane, what do you think about the menstruation cycle? Right? You might as well ask me about the would you like to know my opinion on the menstruation cycle? Why would you ask me about politics? I'm not a politician. I don't know anything. We'll have a good lunch. I don't kick anybody out usually. People are asking me to kick people out. I usually don't. Um, they can stay, but whatever. I ignore them. But when I see it a lot, yeah, it's distracting. Long time no see. Good. Yeah, it's time. So you guys, oh, by the way, I teach American pronunciation, right? I teach American pronunciation. And if you have a preference, go for it. If you want to learn British English, cool, do it. Get a British teacher. If you want to learn Australian English, why? Oh, no, sorry, no, cool, do it. Get an Australian teacher. If you want to learn Indian English, cool, do it. Get an Indian English teacher. I don't care. But if you don't have a preference, then I highly recommend you study American pronunciation. And the reason I say that is because of Hollywood. And I'm not joking. Uh, TV shows, movies, and songs. Okay? American TV shows, movies, and songs are everywhere around the world. That's not a good thing, but that's just reality. Taylor Swift is in every country. Little girls are listening to Taylor Swift in every country, and they're getting used to that American accent. Okay. Uh, the TV shows that you watch on Netflix or whatever the streaming app is, most of them are American. Is it easy to find an Australian TV show in your country? Is it easy to find an Australian TV show in your country? Did you ever watch an Irish TV show in your country? Did you ever watch an Irish TV show in your country? What was the last British movie you watched? What was the last British movie you watched? We have them, they exist. But the last American movie, you can probably remember. The last American TV show, you can probably remember. The last American song, you can probably remember. James Bond's American. James Bond's American. Okay. Sean Connery was Scottish. Some of the actors were British, but it's an American-made movie. Okay, and their pronunciation is very mild. Sean Connery is Scottish, but his Scottish pronunciation was just this. He did not use any of the actual Scottish dialect. It's quite different. Sean Connery was an amazing actor, but his pronunciation, again, his pronunciation was clear. He's obviously Scottish,
but his pronunciation was very clear. So it's easy for people to understand Sean Connery. I love Sean Connery. So anyway, that's why I recommend American pronunciation. Now, and I have proof again. Like I said, I have English teachers from every country around the world. Every country around the world, native English speaking country around the world, I have English teachers from. And all of them understand me immediately. They have never said, Shane, could you repeat that? Could you say that again? I didn't catch that. Never. But that's not the case for me. When I hear, especially Australian English, many times I have to say, what was that? Could you say that again? What? Irish, forget about it. I have to keep hearing it. So the American pronunciation, because of Hollywood, has been proliferated around the world. And I do recommend that you learn that style of pronunciation. It's just the most useful. But again, I have no problems if you want to learn a different style of pronunciation. That's cool. If you're going to live in Australia, yeah, maybe learning the Australian accent would be beneficial. Maybe. You guys know Jay Chow, his wife, right? She's Australian, right? Did you ever hear Jay Chow's wife speak? You guys know proliferate. Feels like I'm saying it wrong. No, I'm saying it right. Proliferate. Yeah. Yeah, Jay Chow, his wife is Australian, Chinese Australian, right? Did you ever hear her speak? It is. Yeah, at the workplace it's more useful. That's right. Is that her name? Yeah, her dad is Australian. Good. I'm just looking up the wife. Her name is Hannah. Hannah. Did you ever hear her speak English? Listen to her speak English. This is Jay Chow's wife. Now her dad is Australian. Her dad is Australian, and she grew up in Australia, but she uses an American accent. Her English is fine. Why does she use an American accent? Because she wants to do Hollywood stuff. It's what works. It's what works. Okay. Jay Chow's or her Chinese is better than her English. Really? I don't know. Yeah. Her English is great. Which platforms are you live streaming on? Today, we're live streaming on 10 different platforms. Okay, guys. So let's see. I have a question. What's the difference between I will travel next week and I will be traveling next week? They're the same. In daily English, they're the same. Canadian English. Hi, Shane. I just want to know if daily easy English expressions is enough for a beginner. It's perfect for a beginner. And Daniel says, what about Canadian English? Canadian English and American English are essentially the same. There are differences, but the differences are very small. There are some pronunciation differences, but not for every Canadian. There are some vocabulary differences, but not too much. But they exist. They certainly do exist. But Canadians and Americans, they're like our brothers and sisters. Is accent important? No. Accent doesn't matter. If you're Chinese and you have a Chinese accent, cool, you're Chinese. If you're Russian and you have a Russian accent, cool, you're Russian. If you're Brazilian and you have a Portuguese accent, cool, you're from Brazil. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're Indian and you have an Indian accent, that's fine, as long as your pronunciation is clear. I'll give you a good example of the Indian accent with clear pronunciation. The Google CEO. What's his name? What's the Google CEO's name? Do you guys know the Google CEO? What's his name? When he speaks English, I think I have the guy right. I think it's the Google CEO. You can hear that he has an Indian accent, but his pronunciation is very clear. So it's easy to understand. The traditional Indian English accent is difficult to understand, but not his. Clearly, he has an Indian accent, but his pronunciation is very clear. So it's easy to understand. It's so important, you guys. It's so important cleaning up your pronunciation. And I want to help you. Somebody's asking, what about the Elsa app? So using AI to fix your pronunciation is not good. I do not recommend it. And the reason is AI is too good. So, and I can give the example of, I'll use a regular American accent. Hi, my name is Shane, and AI will write it perfectly. Yes. But then I can use a California accent. Oh my God, I want some coffee, but the roads are totally jammed. And AI will write it perfectly. And then I can use a Texan accent. How y'all doing down there? And AI will write it perfectly. And then I can go to New York, a Brooklyn accent. Yo, I'm from Brooklyn. It's too busy. Can you come down here and give me a hand? And AI will write it perfectly. And I can do a Boston accent. Yo, yeah, park your card in Boston Yard. And AI will write it perfectly. And then I can go use a British accent. Hello, dear. Would you mind giving me a spot of tea? And then I can use a Scouse, a Liverpool accent. Oi, a bottle of water, please. And then I can go do an Indian accent. I would like a cup of tea. And it will write everything perfectly. And then I can use, and I don't mean to tease Korean people, but I used to live in Korea. So I'm familiar with the Korean bad English pronunciation. And I can say, oh, I like you very, very much. Your English is very, very good. And AI will completely understand everything perfectly. And you're going to think, wow, my pronunciation is very, very good. And then you're going to go speak, hey, American, my English is very, very good. What do you think? And you're going to think your English is great. And the American's going to be like, what? What did you say? They're not going to understand you. This is the problem with AI. AI is too good. Okay? When you want to actually have communication, you actually need to use humans to help you build your communication skills. It's essential to have humans help you build your communication skills. And that's what we do. So I want you to join my classes. All right. My classes are fantastic. If you're watching on Shima Shima Tube, Shima Shima Face, Shima Shima Book, Shima Shima Link, Shima Shima In, Shima Shima, and wherever else, Insta, Shima Shima Gram, Shima Shima, there's a QR code up here that you can click, or you can send an email and say, hey, I'm interested in Perf Fresh. You can send that email and then we'll help you out. The cost, if you're outside of China, is $28. The cost, if you're in China, is Yao Jojo Renminbi. It's the same price, 28 US dollars for a 25-week course. It's a 25-week course where we teach you your speaking. We fix your speaking. We give one-to-one personal feedback. We have live classes every day where you can join and get one-on-one personal training with a coach for 25 weeks. Fix your speaking, you will fix your listening. Okay, that's the way the order works. So I really want you guys to check it out. If you are on outside of China, I'm going to say goodbye at this point. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you're in China, my assistant Gemma is here. I thought it was going to be Jenna today, but Gemma is here and she is going to talk about the lessons. I'll take a break. So thank you very much. Gemma, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. 大家晚上好啊，好久不见啊！今天晚上呢，我跟老师连麦是因为我们五一节已经到了，然后